What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Wuthering Waves video. Now, we are a few days out from ROCCIA's banner and JINSHI's rerun banner, and of course, we have the Tower of Adversity reset that's going to kind of match some of their skills. I'm going to be covering the area effects on top of character recommendations, what characters I used, and my builds. Let's not waste any time and dive right into it. As you can see, we got 30 for 30 across the board. So first, let's start with the left Resonant Tower. Funny enough, the area effect is the same as it was during the last rotation. So enemy spectral res decreases by 10%. When resonators heal team members, their energy regen is increased by 20% for 4 seconds. And when resonators receive healing, their crit damage is increased by 30% for 4 seconds. Retriggering these effects reset their duration. Now, for the first 3 floors, the enemies are pretty easy to deal with. But what I will say for the 4th and final floor, having to deal with these dogs first can be a little tricky. And we do have the Thundering Memphis. So obviously characters like Spectro Rover and JINSHI are going to be good here, but I would recommend saving JINSHI for the middle tower, and I'll talk about why when I get to that. And the second part of it is using characters that provide healing. Obviously characters like Baija, Verena, Shorekeeper, even Spectro Rover's ult can heal them. And as you can see, I used Spectro Rover alone for these first 3 floors, and then I went with the Spectro Rover hyper carry team with Verena and Shorekeeper, and I have a whole video going over this on the last Tower of Adversity because I was able to clear it very easily with this team. So if you have them, you might want to look into it. Now, quickly going over the builds. For Spectro Rover, I have him maxed out at level 90. I'm using the Emerald of Genesis standard 5-star sword. If you have Chang Li's signature, this one is very good for him as well. I'm using the new 5-piece Eternal Radiance Echo set, so I get the Spectro damage bonuses and the crit rate bump. This is a 20% crit rate bump if I just damage an enemy that's inflicted with Spectro Fazzle, which got added to, Rover's kit during 2.0. So this 50% gets bumped up to 70, and with S1, I get a 15% crit rate bump when I use my Resonant skill. So now this 50% turns into 85, and that is before the Shorekeeper buffs, which is nice. For skills, I have everything upgraded up on the top, 7s across the board here, and then obviously, you saw in the Resonance chain, I have all of them. For my Verena, I have her at level 90. I'm using the Call of the Abyss Rectifier here. This is the new free one that players can get with 2.0, but if you have variation, again, that's a good one to use as well. I was using 5-piece Moonlit Clouds, but I had to switch some of my echoes over to other characters. The main thing to understand with Moonlit Clouds is that at 5 pieces, when you use your Ultra skill, it increases the attack of the next Resonator, and if you use the Heron Echo skill and you hit the target, as long as you use the Ultra skill within 15 seconds, it also adds a percentage onto that, which is very nice. For my skills, we have 7s across the board here with everything upgraded at the top, and no wave bands. Shorekeeper is really the one that carries the team here. We have her at level 90 with her signature, which is obviously very good. When we use that Resonant skill, we also get an attack bonus with that, which is very nice. 5-piece Rejuvenating Glow with Fallacy of No Return for the healing and increased to our attack whenever we heal our party members. 8s across the board for skills, everything upgraded at the top, and we have her S2, which means we get the 40% increase in attack when we use our Resonance Liberation. Next, let's talk about the right tower, the Echoing Tower. The area effect is a little different than the previous rotation. We still have the enemy Havoc res decreased by 10%, but now, when the Resonator's HP is above 75%, crit rate is increased by 15%, and the basic attack damage bonus is increased by 40%. And the right tower this time around is honestly a lot easier than the left one. We only have 1 enemy to deal with here on the 3rd floor, and same thing on the 4th floor. It's just Fallacy of No Return. So it's pretty obvious that the right tower is made for a character like Camellia, and I just paired her up with Sanhua. And if you decide you want to use Havoc Rover here, again, I think that's totally fine as well. But the big thing is that when ROCCIA comes out, it's going to be really good for this tower too. You could even look into using a character like Don Jin for this tower just because of the Havoc res decrease. Now, I plan on making a whole build guide for ROCCIA when she comes out, so be on the lookout for that video. But the main thing with her is that her Ultra skill buffs Havoc and basic attack damage, which is obviously very, very good for a character like Camellia. In my opinion, ROCCIA is the Zezha for Camellia. Like, a lot of people don't like sub-DPS characters as they're limited 5 stars, but Zezha is easily one of the strongest and obviously perfectly pairs up with Carlotta. ROCCIA is going to be that for Camellia. Now, going over the builds. For Camellia, I have her at level 90. I have her signature as well, which is very nice. We're going with 5-piece Havoc Eclipse for the echoes for the increase to our Havoc damage, and I'm actually using the Nightmare Crownless. Now, obviously, I can do 4-4-1-1-1 here, just use the regular Crownless, which is pretty cool. But the main thing with the new Nightmare Crownless is that you get the increase to your Havoc and your basic attack damage instead of the Resonant skill like you would with the regular Crownless. For the skills, we have everything maxed out here, and we have her S1. For Sanhua, I have her at level 90. I was actually using the Emerald of Genesis sword on her, so I just switched it off, but Commando of Conviction is a decent sword as well. We were using 5-piece Moonlit Clouds again, so we can buff our next Resonator when we use the outro. Skills, 7s across the board, everything upgraded here, and then we have her S6. Lastly, let's cover the middle tower, the Hazard Tower. For the area effect this time around, enemy Spectro and Havoc res are decreased by 10% and their Fusion and Arrow res are increased by 10%. Hitting a target with a coordinated attack increases all team members' attack by 2% and their resonant skill damage bonus by 4% for 3 seconds, stacking up to 10 times. One stack is lost every 3 seconds, retriggering the effect resets its duration. For our bosses, we have the Inferno Rider on the first floor, and the second one we have the Vitrium Dancer and Questless Knight, which are both Electro, and then the Barangle. That's why I mentioned during the first tower, you might want to save JINSHI for the middle tower because the enemy has lower Spectro res, and as long as you have a character with coordinated attacks like Zezha or Yuan move for her, you can get the attack and resist skill damage bumps very easily. Now, as you can see, I used Carlotta and Zezha, and then obviously the Carlotta Hyper Carry team, which included Shorekeeper for the second floor. Since none of these enemies were Glacio, I was like, I could still take advantage of the second buff here with Carlotta and just still absolutely melt these guys. Now, there is no Electro res decrease or increase either way, so if you did want to use a team like Zhang Liao and Yinlin for this first floor to take out Inferno Rider, I think that's fine, but I wouldn't recommend it for the second floor just because these first two enemies are Electro and you're not going to do as much damage to them and it might eat into your time. You could technically still use Spectro or Havoc Rover here as well, considering some of the skills are considered resonant skill damage. And as long as you have a character that can deal those coordinated attacks, you can get the attack and resonant skill bumps. You could also look into a character like Don Jin. She would be decent here as well as a sub DPS. But definitely stay away from characters like Chixia and Changli, that type of combo. Definitely stay away from GN with either Alto or Mortefi. You definitely don't want to use these guys on this tower. Quickly going over Carlotta, we have her level 90 with her signature pistol, which is going to help with that resonant skill damage. We're rocking 5-piece Frosty Resolve for the resonant skill damage bumps, which is very nice. And considering her Res Liberation is considered resonant skill damage, this is the perfect set for her. We have her skills almost maxed out, still missing a little on the intro skill. Everything else is filled out at the top though. And we have her S1. For Zezha, we have her level 90 with her signature, which is going to help with the coordinated attacks. Considering her Resonance Liberation is considered basic attack damage, having the increase after we use our Resonance skill is going to be very nice. We're rocking 5-piece Empyrean Anthem for the increase to coordinated attack damage, and when the coordinated attack hits a crit hit, it's going to increase our main character's damage, or whoever's out on the field. In this case, it would be Carlotta. For the skills here, we're rocking 9s and 10s across the board with all the other skills filled out, and we also have her S1. I'll quit yapping so we can dive into the gameplay. Again, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that bell next to notifications so you don't miss out on any other Wuthering Waves videos we have coming out here on the channel.
No hesitation. Strike the shadows.
Yeah.
Hope the hour is upon us.
Like, I understand Spectre Rover's not the best, but if you can set him up right, he's still pretty good.
Weakness. The end has come. Hopefully this helps. No hesitation. I sense your weakness. Moment of resonance. Hopefully this helps.
Because those other guys will come after me if I attack this guy. Hey, man. Just stop running, please.
Hopefully this helps. Strike from the shadows. The end has come. Leave it to me. Hopefully this helps. No hesitation. hesitation. The hour is upon us.
It's actually go to strat. Thanks, G. Anytime. I mean, like, yeah, if I wanted to clear it quickly, I could easily, like, put on a bunch of characters to clear it quickly, but if you want to, like, save characters, like, you might just need to have a decent Inspector over 7. I mean, even my skills are only at 7, so, like, this is still, I feel like, quite impressive.
Strike from shadows.
Teleport? Oh, no, he's doing Beyblade. No, no, no. Gosh dang it, man.
No hesitation.
I thought he was going to do the storm one. Yep, I knew he was going to teleport sometime.
Keep it together.
Yeah, there we go. That's all I needed.
Logan, I engraft you new.
Leave it to me. Bask in the sunlight.
Swift and resolute. I sense your weakness. Moment of resonance.
Vow from the soul. Loading.
No hesitation.
Astral modulation.
Bloom. Life is in everything. Imitate.
Swift and resolute. Strike from shadows. The hour is upon us. Hopefully this helps.
Ordained. Loading.
I sense your
Leave it to me.
Noticing.
strike from shadows. The end has come. Hopefully this helps. No hesitation.
Leave it to me. Loading. In war with time.
Leave it to me. Luminous energy. Imitation.
Swift and resolute. I sense your weakness.
I'm 90% sure that was a parry.
No hesitation. Hopefully moment of resonance.
Oh, yeah, we got it this time for sure.
From the heart.
But he's just getting stunned out of his mind.
From shadows.
Oh, there we go. Told ya.
Frozen blockade. Cycle of a change of perception.
Born from ancient roots.
Are you done running away?
Have fun.
Like frigid death.
Bloom from ashen shell.
That was easy.
Lotus pervade. Engrave. A change of perception. Be
Not gonna lie, I timed that up perfectly. Didn't even mean to.
Let's have fun. Crimson blossom.
Frozen blockade. Frostling. A change of perception. Be alert.
Reborn from ancient roots. Entwine. Let's have fun. Vitality soar.
You need to do this.
Entertain me.
Do this.
Stay behind me, like
Do
frigid
this.
death.
Do this. Do
A
this.
change of perception.
Sprout a budding seed.
Did get hit a little bit there, but we're not below 75, so we're good.
Let's have fun. Grafting. Suffer.
Yeah, guys, I think we cleared it. Yeah.
Can you keep up?
Art unveiled. Here comes a helper.
I was about to say, is that gonna hit me somehow?
My compliment. Still recognize me. You will yield. The
That somehow
world
didn't
is
hit me.
mine.
Nice.
Masterpiece complete. Insta-painting. Capture the spark. Here comes a helper. Take this. My compliments. Brilliance lights the way. Still recognize me. Time to part ways. Running won't save you. Glory demands more.
I was about to say, I'm like, even if you were to try to hit me, like, I'm backing up.
A new era awaits.
It don't even matter.
Insta-painting. Witness the art's true form. Here comes a helper.
He's gonna get back on his bike, I think, after this, doesn't he?
My compliments. Found your weak spot. The stage is set. Still recognize me.
Slam! Boom!
Low astral modulation.
Art unveiled. Here comes a helper. Insta-painting. My compliments. Running won't
There we
save
go.
Still recognize me. Brilliance lights the way. Glory demands more. In the name of the Montellis. Vow from the soul.
Loading.
Still recognize me.
In war with time.
My compliments. Witness.
I forgot I keep needing to do the coordinated attacks because that's how we're gonna get a lot of the damage. Actually, I could have done like the spinning thing here with Zedja. That would probably would have been nice. I need to get these two in before.
My compliments. Still recognize
Okay, let's
me.
do that. Slam.
The stage is set. The world is mine.
No crit. Damn. I don't even have like perfect echo rolls either, and this is just... I did more last time, but also the Glacio resistance was down another 10%, so that definitely would have been higher. In any event, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that bell next to notifications so you don't miss out on any other Wuthering Waves content we're dropping here on the channel. We also live stream here on the channel and then also over on Twitch. That link will be in the description. I know right now we have Twitch drops available for the game, so if you want some extra materials and some Astrite, be sure to stop on by. Also, if you want to join my community, hop in the Discord. We have an entire channel dedicated to Wuthering Waves, so if you want to post anything from images to build guides to anything like that, come on over. We're also talking about other games, including other gacha games, PC tech, anime, and more. Lastly, if you want to help the channel even more, you can look into becoming a member. If you don't know what a membership is, it's essentially like a Twitch subscription. Again, you're going to gain access to the exclusive emotes, the monthly badges, and the big thing on the channel, which is getting access to all my long-form videos early. So if you'd like more information, all you have to do is press the join button next subscribe, and that'll give you a rundown with all the details you need. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been your boy. We'll catch you in the next one.
Stay loading. So leave it to me.
Beckon the divine flame.